Hey guys, it's Gretchen and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am going to be doing a very simple, very short how-to. A while back, I did two separate videos on how to change your nostril jewelry. The first video was kind of like the more typical types of jewelry that you put in your nostril, and the second video involved other kinds that you could put in there that were less common. So I had someone ask me if I would do a video on how to change your septum jewelry. So for today's video, that is what I'm going to be doing. I have 4 different kinds of septum jewelry that I'm going to show you how to change. These are segment rings, horseshoes, septum clickers, and a retainer. The only thing that I'm not going to show is a captive bead, and the only reason why is because I don't have one that fits my septum. I thought I'd throw in the retainer too because a lot of people are unaware of retainers. They think that you just take them out like if you have to for something and you just hope it doesn't close up. No, they're retainers. So I'm going to show you how to put those in as well. For me, the septum is probably one of the easiest to change. The only reason why I struggle with it sometimes is when my fingernails are a little bit longer. It's kind of hard to get a grip in there, but otherwise I think it's a pretty easy one to change. Also, hopefully you all like my glam goth look that I have going on. I have a concert later today, hence this look. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you all in and show you the jewelry that I'm going to be swapping out to. The last one I'm going to do is a segment ring, and that's just because I really want to change it. Right now I have a rose gold one in and I want to wear my black one. So I'm gonna save that one for last so I don't have to go back and change it again. All right, how are we? We good? Also, I have false lashes on, so if they look a little afflicted, it's because I suck at putting those on. How are ya? So, as you can see, I currently have in a segment ring. It's just a very simple ring. So the first one that I'm gonna show you all is horseshoe. Probably the most difficult part of a horseshoe is getting the threading in and actually getting it tight enough so that it won't fall out. This is the horseshoe that I will be using. I like to point out at one time the gems were clear. They're yellow now. It's a little gross. So the first thing I need to do is figure out where the segment is on this jewelry. Please stand by. Look at that. That's so attractive. So now I currently have nothing in. The one thing that I like most about horseshoe jewelry is that if I need to put makeup on, you can just flip it up and then that way you can still get makeup like on the tip of your nose. With segment rings or clickers, it's a little bit more difficult to do that. I have just unscrewed, well, you can't really see that, but I have unscrewed the ball around the horseshoe. So I am going to take the horseshoe as such, make sure if there's like a gem or design or anything like that, make sure that it faces out. Unless you don't want it to, then face it in. I get up here, and basically it's just to feel around until you find the hole. And that's what she said. As you can see, it's through, there's a ball, there's no ball. So now is the fun task of trying to get the ball secure onto its little threading. Moral of the story, don't change septum jewelry around people because they're gonna think you're picking your nose. And as my dad always said, you can pick your friends and you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. Ha 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 ha. Voila, there is the horseshoe. I don't wear horseshoes a lot. I used to at different workplaces because it would require me to flip it up to my nose, but my current workplace doesn't care as long as it's not like wabam in your face or like distracts from everything else. So now I just wear a segment ring. But the main thing that I don't like about horseshoes is that they wiggle a lot and so it tickles, especially if it goes up into your nostril. Now it looks like I don't have one, which is lame, but it kind of tickles up there and I don't like that feeling. Oh God, picking my nose. Basically when it comes to septum jewelry, it's all about feeling around until you find the hole. And ain't that the motto that we all just live by? Rip the ball. Next up is going to be a septum clicker. I just have a very standard one right here. Again, this is a case of wiggle it around until you find the hole. So I have my septum clicker open. I'm gonna put it into my nose. I'm gonna feel around up there until I find it. Oh, ta-da, found it. And then you just push down until you hear it click. That's why I call it a septum clicker. But yeah, there's that one. This one kind of looks like a segment ring as well, just because it's a more simplistic look. I personally like the more simple styles of septum rings. A lot of people like more detailed, ornate ones. I just like how this looks on me, especially since I'm fairly certain I'm gonna be getting my Medusa done at the end of the month. I don't want it to obstruct where the Medusa would be. So that's why I go with a more simplistic look. But that is a clicker, and I'll show you again. And basically to undo a clicker, you just kind of pull on it until it pops up. This one I've had for so long that it's a little loose. It wiggles back and forth, so it's not the tightest. But again, you just shove it in there and just feel around until you find the hole. If you've had your septum done for a while, you kind of just know where the hole is. And then you just push down, you get them connected and you push down until you hear the click, and then that's when you know it's good. So, septum clicker. The third one I'm gonna show you all is a retainer. Now a retainer is not metal, typically. A retainer is something that you can put into the space, the piercing space, so that in case you can't have regular jewelry in there. So like for me, I got a bunch of retainers when I had my weight loss surgery because I couldn't have metal anywhere in my body. But these little things are plastic. So I did pull out one that is colored. So this is a blue one. Typically they're clear, white, black, they're very simple colors. But I do have a blue septum retainer. I picked this one just because I wanted you all to see it. So with a septum retainer, once again, it is oddly shaped. As you can see, it's not really curved, it's more boxy. So it's a little bit weirder to get in. But basically you just get it up there and you turn it around. And again, it's all about just feeling around until you find the hole. So as you can see, right now it sticks out a little bit from underneath my nose, but then I can just flip it up. But it's made of plastic. You don't really want to keep plastic in for too long because that's just not ideal. If you need it for something like that, like a surgery where you can't have metal in your body, you can still have like a placeholder in there so that it won't close up. So that is a retainer. I thought the blue was kind of fun too. They're usually like clear so that you really can't see them. And the final one that I'm going to show you all is my personal favorite, which is a segment ring. Segment ring, basically, you have a ring. It has segments. So like right now, it's closed, but then I get in here and I pop it open. And you can see how that's a segment. So this one is like any of the other ones. You just put it in your nose. You feel around till you find the hole, and then it comes through. And then, kind of like with the septum clicker, so sorry guys, you push it together, and then you push it until you hear the click. And there's a segment ring. And I am going to keep this one in because I wanted to change it to black because my aesthetic calls for that right now. So those are just 4 different types of jewelry for your septum and how to change them. Very easy. Really and truly, moral of the story, you just put it in there and you feel around till you find the hole. So that is just a pretty quick video on how to change 4 different kinds of jewelry in your septum. I know that there's more like captive beads, but I just don't have captive beads for my septums. I really don't have captive beads for much of anything. I did have one for my conch, but that's 14 gauge, so that would not do me well with my septum. Let me know in the comments below like what your preference is for your septum jewelry. What kind do you like the most? What kind do you use the most? A lot of people use horseshoes just because it's easy to flip up. I use the segment ring just because it's simple, noticeable, but also at the same time not like in your face, like that's the only thing you're focused on. So that's kind of like why I like them the most. If there are any other videos you want to see on how to change a certain type of piercing, leave them in the comments below. The only one that I will not do is the doff, because I just personally don't want to change it. I mean, there was that one time where I tried to change it on camera and it started to close up and I had to re-pierce it. So we're just not going to deal with that. But that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big ol' thumbs up. Go on down there and hit that subscribe button wherever it may be, because I don't know, even though I do. This is just my shtick now. Also hit that notification bell in case you want to know when I upload, and in case YouTube wants to let you know when I upload, because I would really appreciate it. And until next time, bye guys.